With the 31st pick of the first round, the Colorado Avalanche selected Mikhail Gulyayev. Let me show you why you should be hyped on this kid. Gulyayev is a 5'10", 170-pound Russian defenseman. He shoots left, but as is common with many Russian defensemen, he actually plays on his offhand side, and through my watching of him, he can play on both sides. Yes, Gulyayev is a little bit undersized, but he knows that, and he understands how he has to play as a player of that stature. Last year, he put up 25 points in 22 games in the Russian Junior League, and also earned himself 25 games in Russian Pro Leagues, split between the KHL and the Russian Second League. He also had a strong Russian junior playoffs with 10 points in 17 games. On the surface of it, Gulyayev is a perfect fit for the Colorado Avalanche organization stylistically. A defenseman with very good skating and plays quality in transition both directions. Despite his size, Gulyayev is quite efficient at defending at the blue line, whether it be with his stick making poke checks or analyzing the play and making reads to intercept passes and go the other direction. Quality blue line defense should pretty much be a trademark of Avalanche defenders at this point. Even in zone on defense, Gulyayev is quality, sticky on his man, and always working with his stick against his opponents to knock pucks loose and create chaos. While at times off the puck, he does tend to get a little bit passive. If he can get a little bit more consistency of the way he plays on the puck at all times, you really have the makings of a quality defender on your hands. But that's not the best part of Gulyayev's game. Gulyayev is elite when it comes to breaking out of his own zone. He can do it both with passing and with his feet. He may well be the best breakout defenseman of this draft class. He can thread needles with ease, whether that's a small pass to kickstart a rush up the ice or stretching it out all the way across the neutral zone to set up a breakaway. He might be even better when breaking the puck out on his own. His first few strides are explosive, and some people have even compared him in that regard to Cale Makar. Let's put this out there, he's not Cale Makar, but the fact that he even has one skill that could be comparable to Cale is high praise. He can move well through the neutral zone and is particularly agile when it comes to walking around potential defenders. He's quite good at creating space for himself, both on the move and when holding at the blue line. Gulyayev is certainly a pass-first type player when it comes to his offense, and in many ways projects to be a similar defenseman as a Sam Girard. If you're really dreaming on him, I've seen a couple of people throw Quinn Hughes' name around too. In the offensive zone, one of the things that impresses me the most about Gulyayev is he always knows what he wants to do with the puck. Particularly for a league like the MHL, there is a lot of space out there. The defense isn't particularly aggressive at times, and he does know how to abuse that space. He can walk into room and take advantage of it, but you also see him capable of making plays like this one, where before he even receives this pass, he's read the ice, he sees the open man across the ice, and he hits that man with this pass with no thought, no processing. It just happens immediately. Those are the types of plays that will function at the next level. His vision and processing speed is good enough to make that jump. For his junior team, he played on both ends of special teams, quarterbacking a power play unit, but also getting a significant amount of PK time. I don't know how well he currently projects to become a penalty killer at the next level, but for him to have that potential tool in his bag and understand how to do that does help. His shot does lack some power. That's going to come with being an undersized defenseman, but it is accurate. And while he does tend to defer on shooting opportunities a lot, he does understand, one, how to step into space and use his wrist shot. That's when he's actually trying to score at his best. He also knows how to look for deflections. He's not going to beat a lot of goalies with a powerful shot, but he can throw them into areas with forwards in front and hope for something good to happen. If Gulyayev looked like this in Canadian juniors, there would be prospects drooling all over this kid as a potential top 15 pick. The Avs got him at 31. And it is worth noting that the Russian Junior League does have a questionable level of competition. That is something to consider. Some of those teams are easy to beat up on. There's a lot of space, and it can be easy to look good with the raw talent that someone like Gulyayev has. But the fact that he earned professional level play for half of this season is also quite encouraging. A lack of international play from him this last year does leave some question marks about what he would look like against his peers, but he did play at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup in 21-22 as a 17-year-old where he put up 5 points in 5 games, so while it's been a while, that is still encouraging too. At his size, there is absolutely no physicality to speak of. I'm not even talking about he's small, so it's ineffective. He doesn't even try to play any amount of physical hockey. So you would like to see him put on at least 10 to 15 pounds, a little bit of weight, so there's something there, even if he's not going to be bowling any players over. But again, he understands how to play at his size. He has the skating ability and agility to work around players offensively and knows he needs to be on top of and very active with his stick defensively, as well as putting himself in quality positions at all times to be able to break up plays in ways other than physicality. Some draft lists had Gulyayev ranked as high as 16 this year, and the Avs were able to get him at the end of the first round. Not only could he be an NHL caliber talent, and I believe potentially even a top 4 defenseman, he's a perfect fit for the Colorado Avalanche organization. If that doesn't get you hyped on a prospect, I don't know what will.